Appeal to authority. Sometimes appeal to authority is standard and expected. Why? No, it's not. I'll tell you why it's not.
You're literally call the appeal to authority fallacy.
No, because when we want knowledge from someone, we don't want knowledge from. Look, if you are going to go to have a heart operation,
yes,
I need to know someone who's a qualified surgeon.
Thank you.
So my appeal to authority here is warranted and justifiable. You're saying because I asked you what is your qualification, I want to know if you're going to teach me and educate me and lecture us on scientific, what is science or not, what is acceptable or not, what is fallacy or not. I misunderstand this. Do you know it yourself? Is the question. Right. What's your educational background on science?
I understand it more than you do, right?
I'm not asking. Tell me. Don't be shy.
How you get that?
Sorry? No, I want to know if you're going to teach us about science, that I've misunderstood science, I would like to learn from someone who knows what he's talking about.
Okay. So stop talking to me because I don't have a degree in science. I studied how the scientific process works.
Right. So you're like another something in a hurry. And pretending to someone who knows about.
Okay, great. So I'm unworthy of discussion, so please be quiet because I don't meet your standards. So please don't talk to me.
But you made a mistake though. I need to
Can I continue?
No. Why would you continue discussing with someone who's making these fundamental basic mistakes? You are accusing him of overgeneralization. So the whole science
is based on that.
Principle of science is based on what?
So he's saying you're doing hypocrisy.
Every single thing before we make.
He's saying it's hypocrisy.
So you think that you need to have an academic degree to understand? No. So can you stop? Can you stop interrupting me?
Understand what I was saying?
What are his qualifications to talk about Islam? Does he have a degree or anything?
No, you're missing the point. He's making a claim.
You're teaching us.
No, he's making a claim on something.
I just want to know what I'm being taught.
Me personally.
I just want to know who's teaching.
Me personally.
Are they qualified?
Because once you say you don't understand it, I want to learn from someone who knows. Is that fair or not?
Yes. Is that fair?
That's what he's saying.
Thank you. Thank you.
And you don't need a degree to learn something.
Yeah, you don't.
Did I ask for a degree?
Okay. Can I ask you a question? Okay.
I asked.
Look. Okay. 1 second. Okay. Let me ask you a question here. You say that I'm overgeneralizing. Ustad is saying the whole scientific method is based on generalizing. So you're shooting yourself in the foot because one second. How's observation? What is observation done for? Sir, what's observation done for? Why are you observing for what?
You observe everything.
So the way.
You can discuss with me.
Okay, go discuss with me.
So tell me.
You're pointing him.
No, but the point is you're contradicting yourself.
I accept your point, and
what he was saying makes sense.
Okay, but the way he's making, I'm willing to hear the point, but the way he's making
Can you come in the middle here?
is a less hostile than the way he's making it. Look at the way he's making the same
Come here if you need
point.
space.
Okay, Ali is
He's just cutting to the chase.
I know, but Ali is making the same point in a much more calm and civil way, and I appreciate the fact that you're being calm about it.
Maybe it's passionate.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what I'm saying is this, in science, you do observation.
Can I answer?
You're having to go at me something that you yourself, your whole scientific method, it relies on.
I know.
So then, can you tell me? Because you're contradicting yourself.
Okay, so the way that
We check gravity in place. Have you personally, or anyone that you know of, has anyone checked gravity, strength everywhere on Earth?
Everywhere we have access to, and we have means of measure.
How many places out of this
Not
Earth?
many, because we're
Not many.
limited.
Right.
At some point.
Right. So not many. And then what would you do then when we made this gravity?
So what?
So what? So when we say, for example, we see patterns of what? Design.
Yeah.
Design everywhere.
But gravity
and then,
is not the same.
Wait.
right?
wait.
In this planet
Slow down. So when we say design everywhere,
so then you have a designer who's contradicting itself.
Excuse me. We're talking about design. When we observe everywhere, from trees that is mentioned, we see design. Everywhere I look, I see design. So what am I going to then deduce and induce from there?
Let me ask you this.
Now, can you answer that question first?
If I take your DNA, compare it to that plant, how much similarity would we find? Do you know the answer to that question? It's a scientific question.
Yeah, how much?
Very high. How much is it?
Probably more than 90%.
So
what does that show you?
What's the point there?
Hang on, how much?
He's talking about a designer.
Wait.
Based on what
You've
is
asked
the
a
story
question.
of religion on
Excuse
design?
me.
What is this?
You've asked a question. What's the answer?
I'm imagining it's more than 90%.
No, I don't want your imagination.
He's comparing a tree.
You asked a question.
You're talking
What's the
about
answer?
design. Why would a designer take your
What's
DNA
wrong with you?
or the plant
What's wrong with
DNA?
you?
Don't
You
attack me,
asked,
okay?
do you know how much similarity of DNA content is between man and
Because
trees?
you're talking about design.
Excuse me. Did you not ask that question?
You are talking about design. This is a relevant question.
You asked
This was a
a
relevant
question. How
Why
much
would you
similarity
share DNA material with
is
plants?
between plants and
Answer me
humans? Right. And I'm asking you, do you know yourself?
Of course I know myself.
How much is it?
I know you.
How much? How much?
I know as much as I want to. What do you mean?
So you asked a question.
This question is me.
You asked a question.
What is the point of yours?
Excuse me.
You
asked a question. Look, you asked.
You're talking about design.
Excuse me.
I'm telling you how.
Did you ask me a question?
No.
Do you know how much similarity between plant and animal DNA is, or human DNA?
95%.
Hang on. Did you ask me that?
Because you're talking about design.
Right.
Yes.
Did you ask me that?
Yeah, sure.
Good. And what's the answer?
What is the answer?
Well, you didn't want to ask the question.
The answer. Very
What's
simple.
the answer?
I don't know the exact figure.
So he can't help you there. What's the answer?
About 20 to 30% similarity. We
So
have genes
fine.
that are similar.
So you have. So now his answer is yours is over 95%, and yours is 20-30%. Obviously, clearly now you levels of your standards are going lower and lower. Never mind.
Why would you?
So fine. So 20-25% similarity proves what?
This brings into question, why would a designer that designed you first?
Firstly, you made a statement that according to scientific knowledge, there's 20-25% similarity between the DNA of humans and plants. Now, what does that prove?
Yeah, what does that
My next question to you.
The proof is
What does that prove?
which we came from one cell. All of life came from one cell.
Wait. So if we have 25% similarity between...
You cannot reject.
1 second. I want to see, mashallah, very good, you've got a PhD, that's why I'd like to learn from you. So you have 20-25% similarity between two living things, humans and plants.
90% to chimps. What does that do?
Slowly.
I started with a tree because there's a...
Let's start with the tree.
It shows that we're functionally similar.
How does that...
It shows that we're functionally
Hang on.
similar. That's all it shows. That's all it shows. That's all it shows. We have the same cellular processes. We have the same biochemistry. What's the point?
Right. So you made from this you made a statement. It is because we have what? What did you say? Repeat that again so everyone's on the same page. You deduced from that observation of 20-25% similarity between two species. That means we had what?
A shared origin.
Shared origin. Now, how do you conclude that?
Because we have evidence in the lab. Number one, we can create the same matter in a test tube without anything, without the need anything, without a cause. We can create it in a test tube.
Right.
Number one.
So, number one. Okay, can I write this down because it's important? Because
you can go
no. What you are saying, because I find it very strange that you're speaking very incoherently. 1 second.
Membranes, cells.
Hang on. Relax.
Evolution.
Relax. Are you in a hurry?
I'm not in a hurry.
So now, 20 to 25%.
Write everything. We'll check it.
Oh, that's good.
Similarity between human plus trees, for example, right? It shows we have common.
Life started from one cell. That's what
Okay.
I'm saying.
Common source, you said, right?
Yes.
And I asked you, how do you know that? Your proof was in the lab.
Natural science.
I want to see whether you're coherent or not, because I can see incoherence already. So, your inference that you made from this observation, you're a scientist, real scientist, PhD holder. You have similarities is between DNA contents of trees and humans. Human, there's a share about 20-25% shared DNA. That proves a common source. I said, how so? You said, in our labs, we can do things which shows that you don't need a cause. So we can make things without a cause. How? One moment. You said this is number one, and you're going to go to number two. Before I go to your number two reasons, how does your creating things in a lab without a cause somehow prove your statement that we have common source because of this?
When you look at the material that needed to be present for the creation of life,
no. Your statement that they have common source, you inferred it by your experiments in the lab, in which you are making things without any cause. But I'm saying
things that you are thinking about for a creation.
No, I'm not thinking anything. I'm just trying to understand what you're saying.
We put it together without a cause. They come together.
Right. So now tell me that thing you've made. Okay, give me something that we made in the lab without a cause.
I'm telling you, we've created.
Give me an example.
Nucleic acids. The origin of life, the language of life.
So you've made nucleic acid, right?
Yes.
Okay. Deoxyribose or RNA?
Oh, DNA.
DNA. Okay, DNA. So we made DNA in our labs. Proves that there is a common source.
Not just DNA. When you put everything together.
Excuse me. I'm just taking one example.
Hot soup.
Slow down.
Of the primordial planet. No, don't tell me to slow down. I get to talk too.
I need to understand what you're saying. I'm not as clever as you are.
That's what you're
right?
Doing. No,
I'm not as clever as you are. I don't have a PhD.
Sure.
So because you have a PhD, you have to. It's obvious, of course. Yeah. It's obvious.
You're just trying to be loud.
Hang on.
To reject.
It's obvious. It's obvious that obviously you're already.
You're scared for a creator not to be. I'm not.
My friend.
I am not scared of that.
Look at the incoherence. If you haven't spotted it already, 20-25% similarity of DNA content between human and plants or trees, right? That shows we have a common source of origin. Now, how do you arrive to that? Your evidence for this is in the lab. Look at the links he's making, right?
Because that's where science is generated.
Let me finish.
In a mosque.
Look at the links you're making. In the labs, we see things are made like DNA without a cause. How does making things without a cause come from one second. We don't need to Google. We have periodic papers. How do you make a link between making DNA in a lab proves that it's a common source?
What are you asking again?
You made a link. And evidence to support common source is making things in the lab like DNA without a cause. How does that support that we have a common source between trees and plants?
You're not understanding the process that we have evidence from each step showing that we came from one cell. We were not created as it is. We went through millions of years to get here.
That's not what you said. You said it's a common source. Remember what the claim you made?
It's the same life.
No, you said,
came from one cell.
What does common source mean?
You're putting that word and saying common source.
You said common source, right?
Life comes from one cell. That's what you're saying.
Like common source?
Came from one cell.
And what's the justification for that statement?
The justification is that we have evidence for it. We have chronological evidence.
So what evidence do we have?
DNA evidence. We have.
Do you want to start with each one? What evidence do you have that life came from one source?
Thousands and thousands of papers that came from scientific labs. So you can reject all that and stick to one.
You are really very difficult. No, you're a very difficult person. I mean,
no, you're a very difficult person.
I'm asking you. I am saying you're making it difficult for me as a layperson to understand that. Because I asked you for evidence. Look.
Using the person that you're not.
No, I asked him. No, I show you. But you haven't shown me anything. You say.
Of course, you're gonna. Look. What you guys do?
Do you know what you do?
You're afraid of questions. I'm not afraid of.
Do you know what you're doing yourself?
It's okay to believe in a God.
Do you know? No. Do you know what you're doing? When I question you for evidence, and do you know how you present your evidence?
I present you step by step, and you say,
"What have you given me so far?"
You're inferring this, this and that.
No.
And then
these are claims. These are claims. These are your claims.
That's your way.
Excuse me. These are your claims.
This is my claim. This is no. 97% of all scientists in the world.
Look, you make claims, right? So does many others.
Just make claims. I observe and test it, and then run it in the lab. That's what.
Hang on. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Can you get something from nothing?
Depends on what context you're talking about. give it enough stuff, yeah. If the right
What is nothing?
environment,
What is nothing?
It depends what nothing means to you.
Oh, so you don't know what nothing is?
Are you talking about lack of life? What is?
You don't know what nothing is?
I know what nothing is, but I have my
Right.
definition.
So
But your nothing.
how
is
many
different
definitions does
than
nothing have?
mine. Oh, there could be many.
Okay, let me give you a definition and see whether you understand my definition. Absence of everything.
But what is everything?
You. Everything that you can perceive.
Just life.
No, that's not life. Is that alive?
That's matter.
Okay. So is that a thing?
Yeah, it is.
Right. Absence of anything. Absence of everything. Right. Can you get something from nothing?
You could. Yeah.
Okay. Does nothing have any existence in my definition? No. Nothing doesn't exist. Does it have any energy? No, it doesn't have any energy. Does it have any quanta? Does it have any fluctuation? Does it have any gravity? Does it have any nothing?
You're defining black matter.
No, I'm not defining black
It's
matter.
nothing,
Excuse me.
but at the
So
same
now I know
time,
that you have a fake PhD. Black matter is not nothing. Black matter is not nothing.
I'm done talking
Okay,
to you. Good
come
luck.
on, don't be
Good luck.
patronizing like that.
Good luck.
Good luck. Go ahead. Fake
Don't
PhDs.
attack people.
You just did.
Doesn't mean attacking. Dialogue
Listen, hang
doesn't
on.
mean
Hang on.
attacking.
Sorry. Don't be patronizing.
I can generalize that to you.